in a very limited resource, so you need to tread carefully and be realistic. Right? You understand that you can't go and catch extremely big fish with very small bait and a line that doesn't have the potential to reel in that fish. Trading with $50 is no different. You can't expect to have $50 be turned into $1 billion in 24 hours because that's just simply not possible. You can't expect to get a $50 and buy extremely high leverage proper account and get a payout in 24 hours. You need to be realistic with your situation. And this is the first and most important thing. 99% of traders fail because they have these overly high expectations of what they can do with their current situation. If you accept that this is your learning and your building phase, you will get a lot further than you can imagine. You need to use these $50 as a tool to test out your strategy, your risk management, your psychological battles that you're going to face, and most importantly, your plan. So if you actually execute these things correctly, then you can scale with the small profits that you make with these $50, whether they're on a profit account, whether they're on a personal account, and I'll give this plan for you later. But you need to have full clearance and understanding that this is your building moment. This is your learning moment. This is not your scaling moment. If you want to go out to actually catch the big fish, you need to go out on a boat. The boat, you might catch it from the shore, but not with one line, one hook, and one bait. So now that we got that sour side out of the way, if you're still watching this video, that's a really good sign because it means that you're willing to actually make a decision that is going to slowly improve you, so you earn your money from the markets, not make money from the markets. If you're just looking to make money, you will never make money in the markets. You need to earn it the correct way with a plan that I'm going to share with you right now. How to actually execute the correct strategy with $50. How to scale these $50 to essentially a fortune if you can do this the correct way, and how to find a pattern that consistently repeats itself in the time, and you can use these $50 to practice your entries. You're scaling in on this pattern to where you can execute on a bigger account. So with that being said, let's get started. So first things first, this is going to be step one to the actual plan on how to execute with these $50. Do not overtrade. This is a quality over quantity game. I get it. You want to gain experience. You want to take trades. You want to feel like you're in the game. You are not in the game by being in the game. You're in the game by playing the game strategically. And you do that by executing the correct type of trades. Limit yourself to 2 positions a week. No need for any more of that. And every single one of these positions, you need to risk a certain percentage depending if you go to a prop firm account or a personal account. I'm going to share with that you later down in this video. Write these notes down as key high-level notes that you can always come back to when you're executing this plan. So first things first is quality over quantity. Do not overtrade. Now, knowing that you only have $50 to trade with, again, we have limited resources. We have to be realistic with our scenario. Limiting ourselves to 1 to 2 positions a week is going to directly, by default, put us in a category of the type of trader that we are. So when you're trading the markets, you are a scalp trader, day trader, and a swing trader. Swing traders typically take 1 position, maybe 2 positions every 2 weeks. Day traders can take 1 to 2 to 3, maybe 4 positions a week. And a scalper can probably take 15, 20 positions a week. You don't want to be a scalper because a scalper is executing too many positions that are low risk to reward positions and have a very inaccurate win rate because they're just trying to enter a trade that can go